What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers, and break down what's going on with the data affecting the markets and some bullish news that came out for Tesla. It's helping this thing pump even better than the markets. But before I break anything down all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, looking at Tesla, you can see this thing is getting bought up quite nicely, bouncing off the 50 EMA and holding up quite well, especially compared to other stocks out there. But the question is, why is Tesla holding up a little bit better with some bullish news that came out? I'll be talking about all of this in just a couple of minutes. When it comes to the economic data, the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Index was a little bit worse than expected. When this came out, the market actually dumped a little bit before the market got bought back up. The 3 month and the 6 month bill auctions were very close to expectations. The market continued to hold up as they came out. Besides that, there's very minor data coming out as we approach the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. Now, when it comes to other factors, I just want to call out that for Monday, which is today after market close, we just have some very minor earnings coming out. We have Supermicro and just a few others, and things are going to start to get a lot more serious on Tuesday. And we have like Microsoft, AMD, and the others. Now, as far as Tesla goes, we have some good news that came out. The Model 3 performance could be launched in China in Q2, according to some new reports that just came out. This is some big news for Tesla because with the new models coming out, the Model 3 performance going on sale in China, this is going to help them get a lot more sales and it's going to help this thing enter a new market. The Highland version as well in China not only made its entry, but this new performance model is going to be going on sale and it's going to get a lot more attention. Cybertruck is also touring China. That's a big hit as well. So it's a big market. And that is bullish news for Tesla. Don't forget that a large percentage of Tesla's revenue comes from China, about 24.25% of the total revenue. And that's actually very important for them. In the fourth quarter, that's what happened. And that's very, very big. China is a massive market. So this is going to be very important for them. And with revenue increasing, this is just going to be bigger as time goes on. Now, on top of this, there's also this big news that came out that Tesla expects to spend over $10 billion in next gen vehicles, AI products, and other projects this year. With these investments being made, this is going to help them improve their innovation, improve their AI development, and their FSD technology. This is also going to be a hint towards the next model that's coming out, which may be incorporating the robo taxi and other factors like that. That is some very, very big news, and that's very exciting. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Anyways, now let's break down some other things. So when it comes to Tesla stock, I just want to call out that we actually have a very, very nice looking setup right now. So Tesla had some big news involving the Highland model and all these other pieces of news, which actually helped Tesla outperform the markets. We hit this 190 resistance, and now we're just kind of shuffling right here in this 189 area. So I mentioned to everyone that if we had broken this resistance at 187.5, expect 190, but I actually thought we might see this thing maintain this channel. So you guys can see how it actually broke above this. I thought it would actually reject and like come down and like continue uptrending. So this was actually stronger than expected. But that's because we got lots of good news and Tesla's still trying to hold up. So we're going to be watching resistance at this 190 area, especially going into tomorrow. If we manage to break that, Tesla could be pushing back up towards 194, pushing to these much higher levels. That would be very, very good to see for them. Tesla's looking bullish overall. In order for us to turn bearish, we need to see it get back below this yellow line. You guys can see this yellow trend line right here, which is previous resistance, acting as support now. If we lose this, we're going to be looking for a drop towards 186. If we lose that, 184 is going to be our next target. Overall, Tesla's still holding up, forming a nice cup-like formation, a nice accumulation, and we're going to be looking for a big push at least later on. So now it's starting to favor the bulls. Good news is coming out. Let's hope it maintains this. Let's hope it closes above the yellow support trend line. And if it does so, that's going to be very good for the future. As far as SPY goes, SPY, in my opinion, is looking pretty decent because what's interesting is we had this wedge that was forming right over here. SPY actually broke below it, and then we tried to break above this. So I could try adjusting this just a bit, but you guys can basically see we're back above our wedge. And we got back above 488, which is a sign of strength for SPY. It was even stronger than expected because initially we rejected, we looked like we were going to drop. We did drop down to 487 before getting bought back up, and now SPY is holding up quite decently. So we're going to be watching resistance very close to 489. If we break that, our next target is going to be up to about 490, then 492 above that. If we're bearish, you want to see this thing basically lose 488. If we lose it, we're going to be looking for a move back down towards basically the low we made today right here at this 486.75 area. If we lose that, there's 486, then 484.5 coming next if we end up losing that support. So how is this looking? In my opinion, if you look at this, it's been making higher highs and higher lows for the most part. It's also been uptrending since it hit this low from the pre-market, which suggests that this thing is showing some strength. And right now, as of right now, it's favoring the bulls. Now, if you look at the smaller time frames on SPY, it's fighting some tight resistance. I'm going to be watching to see if they're grabbing liquidity here before a little rejection or not. But we have some nice support now at this 488 area and 488.37. So SPY actually is favoring the bulls a bit more. And it looks like it might try to hold up. So this is looking quite good for bulls. On the QQQ side, this started off a little bit weak. We got this dump right here. We came close to filling this gap, which is what I was predicting would happen, but then we got bought up before we could do it. And we managed to get above 425. We're testing 426 as resistance. The next target above that is going to be around 427.25, so all the way up here. If we break that, our next target is going to be all the way up to about 429, followed by a bigger push to new all-time highs. Those are going to be our levels to watch for. If this is symmetrical, we could be forming like a nice accumulation here before we continue to uptrend higher. If we break down, watch 425 as support, 424 flat, and then we have 422.5 and 421 coming. How is this looking to me? It's trying to fight for 426. It's favoring the bulls. We'll have to see if we could break that, but I think that this is still trying to uptrend now. It's trying to hold up, so we'll have to watch to see if we could break resistance. Right now, it's favoring the bulls a bit more. On Nvda, to me, Nvidia has a very, very similar setup. In fact, this is what's dragging the QQQ. We did come down to fill this gap, but then we bounced right back up. And now we're trying to hold and fight the 620 resistance. If this uptrend is maintained, we could see Nvidia try to push towards this imbalance up to 623. And if we break that, 628 is next. Those are going to be your levels to watch for. For support, if we end up breaking below this 616 area, we're going to be watching it return back down towards this wick at the 609 to 610 zone. And if we lose that, there's 607, and then below that comes 602. Overall, Nvidia is looking more bullish. The uptrend is still being established. Going to be looking to push for a push above 620. As of right now, we're kind of shopping around 619. So watch and see if we can get that push. Otherwise, it's looking a little bit more in favor of the bulls now. It's kind of shifted. Apple was looking kind of weak. I was calling out Apple, and Apple did come down. We actually got a big drop on Apple down to 189. Then it got bought back up. So now we're seeing the buyers trying to defend it. So we're going to be watching this level right here. A very key level would be around 192. That's where we had that resistance. We'll see if Apple can actually push a little bit more to get there. There's still some potential for it to get up to that level. And then for support, our critical support is 190.5. There's also some support around 191, but overall there's still some life being shown on Apple. We have an imbalance up here to fill at 192, and this is starting to favor that it wants to bounce and push a little higher, so watch that very carefully. With that being said, guys, thank you all so much for listening. I hope you guys have a great day. It's good that Tesla finally has some good news coming out. Let's hope for the best. Thank you for listening, guys. Have a great day. Remain calm, cool, and collected. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you and peace out.